We're back on Smells Like 90's Rock. It's, who are we? Sheila, Hot Toddy, DJ Pork. I don't know.
We're people.
We're people. I don't know what we're doing anymore.
So, during the last break, we got a call.
Yes.
Someone wants to have an update on Shokai the dog, the boob.
Shokai, a geriatric dog vertigo, right? Was that, how was that?
You know, he is back up to his normal self. He even bit my husband.
Oh, cool.
Yay.
Which is how you know he's back to being normal. Except for his head is still a little tilted.
Really?
Still a little tilted.
But so I think maybe he did have a stroke.
Interesting.
But this is like his new him.
Right.
New him.
Yeah.
This is the new him.
The new and improved.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And he
of.
won't eat. He no longer likes Alpo. He will not eat Alpo food.
Oh.
So it has to be Little Caesars or
Yeah.
Pedigree.
Okay.
Well, you know, it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned.
As long as he's alive.
I know, right?
It's funny that you mentioned because it was the last time I was here that we first found out about your dog, and then I went home that weekend to visit my parents, and my mom filled me in on our house cat that we've had since 2002. Cat's turned 15 on July 4th. She was born on the 4th of July in 2002. 15 years old. She's been kind of running down last few months, and she's been very slow. Then I came back 2 weeks ago and found out that she has, and they looked it up online. It's not been medically diagnosed by anybody, but they're pretty sure that she has feline dementia. And the reason why is because, she was a house cat, so she knows the complete layout of the house. Well, they started noticing that in the middle of the night, they would start hearing her howling downstairs, and they couldn't figure it out. And she would do it.
Is it worse during the full moon?
Huh?
Is it worse during the full moon?
No,
Oh.
it's just, she just howls. She just howls throughout the house, and then she would finally come upstairs to their bedroom and get in their bedroom and howl at them from the floor. Just look at them and howl at them. And
That's creepy.
Yeah, so my mom did a little research and found out that it was feline dementia. So they decided something that they could do to help her out was that they would leave a light on downstairs and our television, which I don't know how they can do with electric bills. I feel like that's a horrible idea for a cat, but whatever.
It's really not that much electricity.
Well, I guess not, but dang, all right. But so they did that, and she stopped. She stopped howling, and sure enough, that's what it was. That's what she needed. She couldn't, and what it was is she couldn't find her way around the house anymore in the dark. She couldn't. Her senses were gone, and so she didn't know where she was. So she would start howling to try to figure out somebody to come help her and save her from wherever she was. But the lights were on, and so then she was fine. Okay, so let's fast.
It's like maybe $10 a month. Like it's really not that
well,
much more money.
maybe it is. Then I don't know, and they can afford it. But
Like it's worth it for the. That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
$10 for the cat. Like if
sure.
you didn't have to do it for something,
Sure.
yeah. But for something
Right.
you love, $10 isn't that much.
Well, it started getting worse. She's now no longer using the litter box. She's using our dining room, which is a perfect place to pee. It just smells just like
I know, right?
right, yeah. Like she'll still number 2 in the litter box. Yeah, I know. No, it's hilarious.
Inappropriate.
I laughed at it too when I first heard. She'll still poop in the box, but she'll go to the dining room to pee. And so now our dining room smells completely like cat piss in there.
You can't just, yeah.
Yeah, and it's hardwood flooring, and it's in this, and it's seeped into it, and so it's. I mean, you can like urine gun and Febreze that room to the point. Yeah,
I'll have to tell you the good stuff.
yeah, it doesn't help at all, and so that's her new thing. Is she just doesn't get it anymore and just goes into the thing. And then another thing is she likes to go outside. She's been a house cat 15 years. Never really wanted to go outside. All she wants to do is go outside now. And they let her out. They let her go out and roam. One night they found her because they let her in at night. And one night they found her roaming, about to go into our wooded area where there's been bear sightings all the time. And my dad had to stop her before she went out there.
I would not let her out.
Well, that's what I said, but she was like, oh. They were like, oh, she just goes out and whatever.
No,
And-
when a cat, like when an animal does that, they're getting ready to cross the rainbow bridge and they're trying to get away from you.
Exactly, and another thing, like they walked outside, and we have like a curved, like a hill driveway that leads up to the road. She was almost up the hill, going up to the road, and they had to stop her then too. And then finally these last.
Dude, she doesn't even know where to go pee. Like
She doesn't.
You can't let her go outside.
And then the last few days, and I saw this the last weekend when I was there. She likes to just lay under a bush and sleep. That's all she does. She'll go outside and lay under a bush and sleep.
That's acceptable.
One day they found her and she was just baking in the sun, but she didn't care. She was just laying there. She didn't care. But it's been really hot these last couple of days. There's even been a heat advisory in the area, so they stopped letting her outside. But she's like fine with it. She just lays around. But now they have to confine her into our laundry room, which is where all the litter boxes were. But see, we have more cats, so now one litter box stays in the laundry room with her at night when she's locked up in there, and there's just a random one laying out in our living room now. So that the other, how many cats do they have now? 4 cats can use that one. So, yeah, that's exciting. That's what they're dealing with, feline dementia. A cat goes into a dining room to piss.
I'm saying it'll probably be worse when the full moon comes up. Because with animal dementia, it does make it worse.
Well, maybe it is then. You know, we've had a couple of full moons. I've not asked if it's been...
like if they notice that,
if it's been real bad recently. But, yeah, so I now know what you mean by... very, very bad animal illnesses because she's dealing with some very bad right now herself.
Well, my dog has all of his faculties. That's why, okay, so I know everyone's like, put him to rest. Well, first of all, he doesn't seem like he's suffering.
After I saw Muffy, our cat, your dog is far from having issues.
He just walks a little funny now.
Yeah, that's
needs
it.
help going outside. Like,
that
he
is
can't
it.
go up and down stairs.
No.
Or like jump.
There's not, yeah.
He still has joy.
He still has joy. He still moves. He's still able to do things.
His 3 happiest things are eating, hanging out with me, and being a butt to my husband. And he still can do all 3 of those.
If he's still doing that, yeah. Like Muffy always, when I would come home to visit, she was always the first of the cats to greet me because 3 of the cats were born after I left, so they don't really know me as well.
Yeah.
But there's 2 that we grew up together. Because the other cat is 2 years younger than her, so he's like 13. But he's in really, knock on wood, good health, great health, very good shape. So he's friendly enough, but he's kind of conceited, so he doesn't always come over. But Muffy would always come over and want me to pet her for a little bit. Last time I came home, she was walking towards me. I was like, "Hi, Muffy." I put my hand out, and she just kept on walking, went to the dining room and pissed. I was like, wow, yeah, there's a problem with her. She's not, there's not all there anymore. Yeah. So yeah, she's dealing with a lot, Muffy. Poor cat. They're not talked about putting her down yet, but I'm like, if this is not getting any better, and she is 15 years old at this point.
That's like, you getting to be like 50 and people like, well, guess it's time to start thinking about Todd going away.
Well, no, there's more you can do for humans. There's not a whole hell of a lot you can do for animals. If I started pissing everywhere, I can just get a catheter or, a colostomy bag or something.
They do make kitty diapers, by the way.
And I don't think my parents are going to go that far. I know my parent. I think Janelle and I would for our cat, but I don't think my parents are going to go that far for their cat. I don't think that's going to happen.